Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you about anger management. So first of all, I want to tell you I'm not an expert at anger management, and neither am I a person that gets angry easily. But not to say that I never get angry, because I do get angry. I'm a normal human being like everyone else. But I thought anger management is definitely an important topic for me. There's different levels of anger, and it's important depending on where you are at to really get to the level of anger management and get the talk to someone that you need to if you're at a really extreme level of anger within you. But it's definitely an important topic for me, so I thought I'll share whatever knowledge I have from both experiences and through readings and watching videos, that I'll share that knowledge with you. My name is Priya. I'm very passionate about sharing positivity and empowering people to their life, to their best potential. We are all creators. We have the capability to create our life the way we want it. So let's make it beautiful together. So let's dive in. So today's topic is about anger management. A lot of people think, everyone gets angry, so it's a normal thing to do. And sometimes people kind of feel like sometimes it's the right thing to do, especially if it's something that's upsetting you and you're not getting upset at it. Then people will be like, you're supposed to be upset about this, you're supposed to be angry at this, you have the right to be angry. And sometimes people encourage anger, but at the end of the day, if you think about it, being angry it's not you. You're not defined by anger. Anger is, you have to detach yourself from anger. First of all, anger is basically an emotion. You feel anger or you get angry, so you get to that state through a situation, and usually your emotions get attached to that situation that upsets you, and then you get angry. And then sometimes people forget why they were angry, but they still remember their emotions, that they were upset about this, they were angry about it, and they hold on to it without even knowing the reason behind it. And we probably know many people like this in our lifetime. But at the end of the day, you have to realize when you're angry, you're actually the victim. I actually heard Sadhguru say this recently, where it was in his few years back video, but it was interesting when he said you're the victim, because I agree with that. Because when you're angry, it actually hurts you. You're the one that's bothered by it. The person you're angry at, first of all, might not know that you're even angry. Second of all, they might not even care, because they might not agree with you, and they will be able to move on with their life. But you are not moving on with your life because you're constantly bringing that into your present moment. So whatever happened in the past, you're basically bringing that to the present moment, and you're keeping with that. You're keeping attached. You have this special attachment to it. But at the end of the day, it's only hurting you. Anger hurts people physically, mentally, emotionally, in any way possible. There are actually many studies, many research that has been done where they looked into people who are angry, and they came to the conclusion that people who are angry actually gets more physical ailments, such as high blood pressure, heart attacks, and there are so many others that I'm not listing right now, but it basically affects you physically, your health being. And of course, I don't have to say how much it affects you emotionally and mentally as well. So why hold on to things that's actually affecting you? If you reflect on anger, you can basically see that it's something that you held on to because it upset you. But if you're still holding on to it, does it serve any purpose to you? Sometimes our ego gets in, and then it kind of tells us, you're doing the right thing, you have the right to be upset, you have the right to be angry. But who is that serving? So you got to ask yourself that. So instead of doing that, start reflecting on why you're angry, and if it's going to serve you. And if it's not, then it's probably best to let it go. Now, I'm not saying go and talk to the person that you're angry with. You can settle things, and if it's not possible to settle things, then it's okay to move on with your life. But don't be stuck in that situation where you're always angry at the situation. There are things that in our life sometimes, and this happened to me as well, where I feel like I have forgiven and I moved on, But then sometimes when that situation, that memory comes in, then you get that same agitation, that same feeling in you, that you get angry, and you have that resentment, which is at the end of the day is only hurting us, right? So you have to learn to let it go, and it's something, it's basically a work in progress. So there are a lot of things that you just keep working on yourself until you get better. So, if you're at that stage where things, you feel agitated, like I personally have experience where I had resentment, and, I had this negativity within me. And anytime I think about the situation, it gets me angry. But then every time I get to that point, two things happen. The number of times I think about it, it lengthens. So I don't think about it as often as I used to. And then also the time I think about it, right away my brain kicks in and say, oh, you're getting angry, you got to work on that. So I am able to recognize that when I get angry, and I need to tell myself, you know what, I got to stop this. I'm getting angry too quickly. I'm still getting angry about this, and it's not worth it. I got to let it go. And the more you practice doing this, you actually will start letting go, because sometimes our brain tricks ourselves where we feel like, okay, I have let it go, but you actually don't let it go until you start working on yourself all the time. Every time it comes to you, you have to tell yourself, remind yourself. And then there are people on the road, like, people get road rage, and if somebody cuts off of you when you're driving, they just drive in front of you, and do something that upsets you, you start getting angry at this person. And initially you would have been driving with a good mood, a positive vibe, and then all of a sudden this one person that did something would have ruined the whole experience, whole journey for you. But why are you allowing a stranger who probably didn't even know that they're upsetting you, probably didn't even have the intention of upsetting you, because they don't know who you are? Or even if they did, why are you allowing that someone that you don't even know to make the change of your state of mind, of your natural state of mind? So you have to reflect on those things. One thing I wanted to share with you that is helpful when you're angry is to actually start reflecting. So reflecting when you're angry is probably not easy. So the first thing you should be doing is breathing. Breathing is always helpful in any situation. I know when you're angry, it's kind of hard, because you're like, your breathing is not, it's not as smooth as it's supposed to be. So, but if you start breathing and focusing on your breathing for a longer period of time, so instead of just taking a couple of deep breaths, take more deep breaths with, like, for a few minutes, like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, until you start feeling better. And then the second thing I wanted to tell you is to improve your posture, because when you're angry, you're usually tight and your shoulders get like this, and you're sometimes even holding a fist. So then to actually tell yourself, how is my posture right now? And continue your deep breaths, and continue doing your breathing, focusing on your breathing, and then also focus on your posture. Usually when you do your shoulder rounds like this, it helps you set back to your regular posture again, and you feel better. Once you get to that state, once you don't attach emotions to whatever situation that happened, then you can reflect on what happened, how you reacted, how you should be reacting later. I can go into detail about this at another video, but I just wanted to share with you some of the tips that can help you do anger management. There are lots. This topic is actually very huge. I can go on for hours about it, but I just want to give you a brief, basically some things that you can take right now and do it, which is like breathing, fixing your posture, and then reflecting on how things happen in that situation when your emotions are not high. Because when you're attaching your emotions, it's hard to reflect on things. You're probably angry, but when your emotions are not attached to it, then you can reflect on things properly, and then ask yourself how you can manage this in the future if it happened again. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it is, please click the like button, which is the thumbs up button, and then share this video with your family and friends. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification button, as I'm very determined to creating weekly videos for you. I want to empower everyone to live their life to the best version of possible. So let's make it beautiful together. Until then, namaste.